I mean, based?
I mean, you know where we have a place
Like
to
they
eat?
were
Here on the beef stream. Number 108.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yep.
what we're doing tonight on the show?
I'm
No, but I
tell
know
us.
live on location.
I know what we're doing next week on 109.
What's that? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, tonight on the beef stream, we hate Discord. That's it. That's the show.
I mean,
that's all we're talking. That's all we're talking about tonight.
But, but we don't hate it enough to. We don't hate it enough to actually make a change.
True. Tony and Arbys have beef apparently. There's a new Hololive Ian gen coming out. Let's see. Tim hates boomers apparently, so that's a beef. And
I'm turning heel on my fellow boomer.
I'm transitioning from Subway to Firehouse. From Firehouse to Subway. Or Subway to Firehouse. Sorry, got that backwards.
Really?
Yeah, Firehouse.
That's big.
Firehouse is
Yeah,
great.
that's big.
Firehouse is outstanding.
He's also transitioning in some other ways, but we'll get to that later.
But that's just a whiff. Just a whiff of what we have going on tonight. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, boys. Let's start with the airing of the beefs. I want to hear about this boomer beef, Tim. Pop off.
Well, what's about to happen right now is I'm about to order this pals for dinner. Give me just 1 second.
Okay, so are we about to have the stream
Hey, can
first?
I get a Philly chicken melt, a hot dog, a large fry, and a sweet tea? That's all. Thank you.
Wow.
Efficient.
I don't know if
Very efficient.
I don't know if we understand what a momentous occasion that was in the history of the show. Like that was big.
Content
Impressive.
voice.
All right. Well, while he's doing that,
Pals is amazing.
while he's doing that,
It's
does
the
anyone
greatest
else have a
ever.
beef?
I love this place.
Well, I won't try pals. My beef is that I can't try pals without driving.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about my Arby's beef.
Okay. Yeah. Pop off, King.
So, Arby's this week, they announced the return of their burger, except it's not their, like, quote-unquote Wagyu burger anymore. It's just like a standard deluxe cheeseburger. So, you know what? Arby's, they got a great chicken sandwich. They got good roast beef, if that's what you're into. Surely they can not fuck up a burger, right?
Surely.
So, old boy Tevin decides, you know what? I'm already outside. Let's go to Arby's. Let's get this bread, so to speak. And there we are. We get the food. Apparently, it was a whole situation getting the food, but we get the food. Now, of course, it's me. So I'm ordering a burger. What do I want? I don't want the cheese on it. I don't need the fucking tomato. I don't need the burger sauce. I just want the burger. And what arrives is a burger with all the toppings on it. It's got the burger sauce. It's got the cheese. And the cheese is like, when you get a fast food burger, you expect the cheese to kind of be like melted on, right?
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't this looked like melted cheese that had sat there for maybe hours. It was like a powder on the burger.
Yeah.
Like it was fully fused into the burger. Like I had to straight up cut off a large chunk of my beef to be able to
he
eat
shaved
it.
it off like his jelly meat.
Pretty much. It was like disgustingly imbued into the burger. Very much upset me. I paid good money for that burger. And for what ended up just being a mid-ass burger, even once I could eat it. So very disappointing in the Arby's burger.
Yeah, I mean
Can't recommend.
The burger on its own, it's like $6 something, which is the price of 2 more chicken sandwiches instead, which would have been much better. Because
Right.
even though I don't mind all the stuff on it, I thought it was mid. But yeah, Arby's, you know,
Do you need ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise,
Ketchup,
salt,
please.
pepper, ketchup?
definitely fucks up sometimes.
There you go.
Thank you much. You too.
Well, Tay, you got any beefs this week before we
My beef's just with Discord, dog.
Oh, okay, so that's the whole episode content.
So,
okay.
well, yeah, but it's part of the beef thing. Yeah, so essentially, Friday, if you were here for the React Arts, we were gonna do Monkey. We were gonna do some Monkey trolling, and as usual, maybe we were a little overboard on the production value. But hey, that's of all the sins to have, that's one of the lesser ones, right? But Discord did not want to cooperate. Kept crashing, wouldn't work. Had to scrap the whole damn thing. So I reformat my computer, the computer we were streaming from, still crashing. Discord, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? I fixed it, by the way, by turning off hardware acceleration, which that seems antithetical, but sure, okay, whatever, fine. But man, this thing is
It's true. I think since Discord is like Chromium based, and I think for whatever reason Chrome has a lot of issues with hardware acceleration.
Yeah, we remember when we were having.
you
Yeah, our AMD cards were having issues with like Chrome-based browsers, and we had to go into the flags and turn off a certain form.
I've
of
had hardware
acceleration.
acceleration issues with Discord too, and
Yeah.
in previous iterations.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And what's
Speaking
funny?
of Friday, it is Friday today because I got my fries for pals.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
very nice.
I'm excited.
I was watching Crony and Bay play Fortnite last night, and their Discord was crashing too. So I listen, Discord, get your shit together, man. Get your shit together.
So true.
I had an issue the other day where like my copy and paste just randomly stopped working in Discord.
Do you remember way back in the day, like 16, 17-ish, drag and drop would not work sometimes. It would just like stop working. Does anyone else remember that?
Not really, but it sounds like a Discord thing.
What the fuck is drag and drop?
Oh,
Like
if you would,
drag the thing and drop it.
yeah, well, you would
Drag
drag.
and
Oh.
drop.
I thought you were talking about some program named Drag and Drop. The fuck
Drag
is
and drop's gonna be like the next Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
that, right?
Anyway, anybody else got some beefs?
I don't know, Tim. I guess you're the main one remaining. You got any beef this week?
Yeah. So here's my issue with boomers, right? Like we all have the really like stereotypical issues with them, right? That they're the fucking worst and
Mhm.
won't relinquish power, and we're just waiting for them to die so that we can either get this show on the road with the acceleration or fix everything.
Mhm.
My problem
Right.
with the boomers these days is that they are by far, and I mean it's not close, they are the worst behaved generation on social media right now, on normie social media.
Oh yeah.
So I'm ruling out Fediverse, I'm ruling out X. We're talking Facebook, Instagram, and all that. The boomers are the fucking worst. And I have to, part of my job, I have to also kind of help keep tabs on 3 different business Facebook pages. The problem with boomers is they're the first ones in your community to bitch that there's not enough local options for, restaurants or shops or something like that. But then if you have a small business in that town, they're the first ones at your door bitching that everything's not free.
Oh yeah.
Complaining about your prices, complaining about your hours, complaining. They do their best to run everybody off, and then they bitch that there's nobody left.
So true.
And they do it in a method that's just they can't help but be slanderous. That's just, it would be one thing, I can handle it if you've got a legitimate gripe about something and you're telling the truth. But when you're just fucking lying and making shit up because you either can't or won't read, and just like we post an average. My favorite that I posted was a low monthly payment ad for a car. And I just as a general rule, and I know a lot of car dealers and people like that don't do this. They make these shitty, like completely unattainable terms. I try to make mine realistic.
Mhm.
Like I like down to the point where I actually base everything on the national average interest rate for a used car.
Mhm.
And use realistic terms.
Mhm.
So you're advertising a car payment below $200 a month on a cheap car. I mean, this ain't no fucking, it's certainly not a Kia Telluride SXP or whatever the hell.
Hey, what is?
We can't all
We're
be.
talking like a 2015 Nissan Rogue here,
Right.
okay? And we get comments from boomers such as, "Oh, you got to be really rich to get a payment like that." Yeah, because you got to be rich to get a sub $200 car payment. Good
That's
job,
so, dude, dog. That's so crazy. Like, because we this is the discourse, of course, but boomers like have just, they are so completely out of touch with like the financial reality of our world.
Right.
Like they are so removed from it that they're like, oh, that's crazy as hell. I couldn't afford that. But the fact is, they have like, they're worth net like several $1 million,
Right.
because they made very easy investments when they were much younger.
Right. When the
And
economy was
they appreciate it, and
yeah.
then the country they created, obviously everything has 10 times more expensive.
Well, naturally part of their wealth building relied upon selling out their country to countless undesirables and subhumans, but
Yeah.
amongst other things. But
Well, that's also not their problem. That's for
Yeah.
that's for us.
sure. But then they're wonder why people fucking hate them. Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, the car that I had in one of the disclaimers, and keep in mind this is purely because we're required by law. You have to, if you have a payment ad, you have to disclose by law. It's called Regulation Z. If you advertise a monthly payment, you have to disclose down payment, monthly payment, sales price, term, and APR. You have to disclose. If you say one, you have to say them all. So of course, this boomer, his takeaway from this is, oh, you got to read the fine print. They're talking about a Nissan. That's the biggest piece of shit car out there. Like, no, boomer. It'll work on any car that's about the same price.
Well, it's funny they call out
And
Nissan
we've got a bunch
specifically,
of
as
them.
if he probably doesn't
We
fucking love like Ford or whatever fucking.
It's like we have to pick one. So I picked a car. You can't just say based on car with sale price, but you have to say which car and what price is advertised at, and it has to match your website or you'll get in trouble. Like, I go through all this extra trouble to make sure I'm following the law and doing things the right way, and I have to deal with these boomers just saying just ridiculous shit. Fuck boomers. They're cooked as hell. It's like dealing with a fucking CTE patient who's not Antonio Brown, who's not funny. They're just fucking retarded.
Hello.
I'm tired of them. People think that we're bad on the internet, like our people. No.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're bad on purpose.
It's yeah, and we know, and we're just being silly little guys. Like, we're
Right.
fucking around.
Yeah.
We're not trying to slander local small businesses just because we've got our fucking panties in a bunch about the condition of the world.
Just because we have nothing
we
else to do
created.
and we're sitting on Facebook all day.
Yeah, I usually give
Exactly.
locals a pass when
Yeah.
possible. Like I try to go easy
Exactly.
on them.
If anything else, I give the benefit of the doubt to the non-chain businesses.
100% every time. That's why
So-
I got angry, like when you read reviews of small places like our movie theater, for example, and they're like, "Oh, this place is so expensive." And it's like, okay, first off, it's the exact same price as like AMC or Regal would be. Secondly, it's literally the only theater here in town. You kind of need, if you don't want to have to drive down to Hattiesburg, which, by the way, if this place closes, you will be complaining 6 months later after that, well, I wish we had a place here in Laurel. It's like, well, maybe you should shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So true.
So true.
Why are you so quiet, Dave?
I don't know. Is that better?
I'm quiet today.
That better?
Probably because last Friday he was fucking with his sound because his sound was all fucked up.
Well, that, and I've been moving my interface thing around. I've a little project I've been working on. Side note, I guess here. I built a recording booth here at my house. A little recording booth in an old closet. Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of voice work stuff. So.
Oh, you got in the closet again, huh? Hate to hear that.
Yeah, and during Pride Month of all time, so
Right.
yeah, bad for the culture.
Well, a lot of these projects are attached to our other stream on Fridays, 10 p.m. EST.
Well, not this project, but yeah, some stuff is.
A lot of these ones that we're talking about, otherwise though, are
Sure.
the Reactards attached to that.
Do
10
we
p.m. on Rumble.
do we want to talk about just kind of here briefly? Like, let's touch on the monkey thing because I don't feel like we've actually talked about.
Well,
the
yeah,
monkey
and
thing.
well, just let me finish the.
Okay.
Ad
Yeah.
here.
Sorry. That's it.
10 p.m. on Fridays on Rumble, you can find the Reactards, which is going to be on beefyboys.win, our link site. You can find the Rumble account right there. That's where we stream at. All of our other sites are also there. Look at all of them. beefyboys.win, fucker.
Speaking of beefyboys.win, wideboys.org, I did fix that this week. Shout out to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a little technical issues there.
I don't know why it just started, but it was very weird. It was like it was caching to the database, which is a very incredibly inefficient way to do it. Instead of just like writing a file, it was very strange. Fixed it though. The wiki actually runs a little bit better now. It's a little snappier. It's a little faster. So, shout out to that.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. But yeah, let's talk about this monkey thing for a second because I feel like we've kind of been hinting at it and we were showing bits of it Friday, but we never actually got to do it. So, have we even explained what Monkey is yet on this show? I think we gave the premise.
It's a Meagle.
It's a Meagle. Yeah,
we explained it in detail on this show.
Yeah, okay, so it's a Meagle. And man, we have been, so I think when we first explained it, we were just talking about, oh, we had someone over in Savata Discord doing it. But now, like, we've been doing it, or I have been doing it at least. Yeah. And we're having a lot of fun. Like, this is, and I'll say this because I made this joke over in Beefy Boys, and it's not so much a joke as it is, reality. But it's just so funny. Like, we've been, and there was an explanation attached to this as well that I was given earlier with something, because I was putting up the social stuff, right? Because actually, I'll get to that when we get to it. Sorry, I remember something, I want to say it out loud, and then I'm like, no, let's stay in order here. So anyway, yeah, we've been hopping on. I've been doing like the Kunta Kinte, like Malcolm X bit. That's been hilarious. Black people actually think that's funny as shit. Like, they really do. The expressions they make when I like put the hat on and they see me, they're like, they think it's crazy. It's so funny.
For context to the audience here, Monkey.app is like 90% black people.
Yeah.
It's not a racial thing.
It's not
a racial thing, but it is like 90% black people, and it is called Monkey.app, and a lot of the UI elements are bananas.
And when we asked them, when we talked, it was like, don't you think it's weird? It's called Monkey.app, and it's just black, and they go, yeah, it do be kind of weird. And I'm like, yeah, it do be kind of real weird. It's just, it's funny. But yeah, the last couple of nights we've been going on there, and like just me as Taylor. And it's actually been pretty funny. So we've been having fun. We finally got it to work.
You were being dragged a little bit last night. We had a little bit of a...
Man, I was getting the shit. And I thought about it, though. I was getting the shit beat out of me. But then I started thinking about it. The only people that were consistently beating the shit out of me were women.
Yeah. I mean, these bitches, if you're not like a fucking NBA baller, they're not gonna like you, especially these black.
But then
bitches,
the boys, right? The fellas would be like, damn, bro, your camera's so good. And then they'd be like, it would get to some part of the conversation and be like, because they'd ask like, oh, how old are you? And I was like, how old do you think I'm in? They go, man, I don't know, like 23, 24, 25. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. I needed that. Literally no one. Literally no one. Like, when I would say it's like, oh, no, I'm actually 34, and they go, nah, man, no way. I'm like, yeah. Roll Tide, baby. Yeah. Roll Tide.
But listen, I mean, if we're really getting down to it, at the heart of the problem, it's always women, isn't it?
It is. No, I've been saying, and I was getting,
black brothers are not the problem.
No, it's women. It's white women. Yeah.
Well, also some black women were kind of shitty too, but
yeah.
Well, and like, because I was getting shit on it, because I was like, I was like going through, I was like, I'd see a woman, I'm like, skip. And I was like, why are you just skipping the women? Why? I was like, okay, I'll stop on the next woman. And I stopped and I went, hey, how you doing? She, why your old ass on this website? I was like, that's why I don't stop on women. Like, that's why. That's why we're not doing this. Fuck women. Total women death. So anyway, almost everyone else was saying, like I said, they said, oh, your camera's so good. I'm like, yeah. Next obvious question was, hey, you a streamer? And I go, no. I got fucking Tevin over here in my ear the whole time. No, give him the URL. Tell him the link. Tell him beefyboys.win. And I'm like, man, there's not like a natural way to bring that into the conversation.
They're accusing you of being a streamer or a YouTuber, and they ask for a site or a link, and you don't just give them our link.
Fine. But it's weird. I don't like that, like, kind of just like, oh, we're the Beefy Boys. Like, oh, what the Beefy Boy? And I'm like, okay. So what I've done is I fixed the system. The system is now fixed. It goes out of my camera into a capture, external capture, into a separate computer where I can run it through OBS and I can overlay shit. And it goes out of that into the internal capture card on my computer. So we can do effects, we can do transitions, everything now. Most importantly, I can overlay text. So earlier, I was putting like all our social stuff on there, right? So that when someone says, like, when we're doing it, I can just bring up, it's like, here's our socials. Follow us on all this. And as I was doing it, I was talking with our good friend Lottie, by the way, who will be guest appearing for our anime episode here in a couple of weeks. She was like, oh, what Discord are you going to put? Are you going to put Wide Boys or are you going to put Savatic? And I was like, well, I'm probably going to put Savatic. Because first off, I don't know about you three, but I don't really want monkey people here because this is
No.
we're doing
No,
good.
I hate
We're
monkey
doing
people.
Jesus, we're doing good shit here, right?
Well, they might not be the happiest with some of my posts.
Sure, but also like what we're trying to build here is more our community based around
Right.
our content.
Sure.
Secondly,
This isn't a monkey community.
These are like our monkey orbiters.
Secondly, I put it into terms like this. Like think of how a movie's made. There's a company that shoots it, right? They make it, they film it, they blah blah blah, they do all that. But then they'll not sell it, or they'll work through a publisher or producer, right, to then distribute it. That's kind of what we're doing with Steve and the Savatic Discord, right? Like we're the beefy boys creating the content, but with Savatic community's help, we're publishing it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it also keeps Steve happy, right? Got to keep Steve happy.
You gotta throw him a bone every now
Gotta
and
throw
then.
him a bone. Maybe quite
I don't give
literally.
a shit if that loser's unhappy.
Jesus, dude.
Jesus.
Hey, look, we like Steve. All right, come on.
I've never even been invited to his Discord.
Would you
Well,
like to
everybody
be?
can join.
Yeah.
I think Tony joined and then left because he didn't like that emoji of like John Hamble was replacing the normal poggers or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, they got shitty emotes. Don't join.
Which is
I
kind of
thought,
based.
I thought emote priority was based on which server was higher on your list. But
I thought it was.
I
supposed to be
thought
that.
too, but I put that shit at the bottom and it was still the first result.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's Discord, so nothing really works how it's supposed to.
All right, so where's
That's
where's
true.
The, one with the photo fuckos if I wanted to join it?
Don't
it's
do it.
just
that shit. They be posting photos of women parentheses men.
I mean, it's literally just discord.gg like /Savatic CVATIK or something.
You can just type that in CVATIK.
Yeah, you'll
Like,
find him
you
that
don't-
way too.
You don't have to type
Pretty.
anything else.
I think his name's decently SEO'd actually.
It is actually.
But yeah, and then they have like a verification method. Technically speaking, I think you can just bypass that if you know somebody. But
Well, Joseph's in chat. He can do it for you.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, we got the hookup. So. But yeah, I think that's better because it kind of helps. It helps build that community up a little bit. I mean, build it up, but you know what I mean. Aside from just the photography thing.
Put the monkey people in there.
Yeah, but Steve likes that actually. That's like, see, that's the thing.
Hey,
That's,
I mean, hey, it's for his ego. Why not?
that's why the Beefy Boys Savatic partnership works. I think, right? Because
Sure.
Steve wants people. He wants the chaos and everything. We want to cause the chaos, but we don't really want to manage the back end of it.
You want the tourists.
Yeah, we don't want
the,
tourists. We just we want to act. We want to do the bits. We just don't want to have to deal with the bit or anything else from that. So, and I think that's fine. It works for everybody. So I'm the guy from the bouncer meme. Yeah, kind of. Quite. Yeah, actually, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, Monk is great. I think we're gonna be doing it. Well, not again Friday. We're going to be doing it for the first time Friday. I think we're gonna be doing the Taylor X bit. It's gonna be a good time. Come around, Rumble. Check beefyboys.win for the links and everything. It's gonna be good. So we were on there today. Oh, I did want to say we were on there today, me and Lottie, doing duos. And if we bring any more women on, we're gonna have to make them make accounts and label themselves as men, because the people that you get on Monkey that are looking exclusively for women, woof,
Oh yeah.
it is 75% dicks.
So if you do duos with a woman, and that'll just like qualify your duos for woman only people.
It feels like, yeah. I don't know for a fact, but I think so, because when I was doing it solo earlier, it felt more like just people. But as soon as Lottie got in, it was just cock.
Nice.
Yeah, so. Speaking of cocks, I don't know what that transition was. Well, speaking of transitioning, let's do a little food chat, boys.
Okay.
I'm
Man,
gonna
before we move on, since
Oh.
it's somewhat relevant to Monkey Day, shout out Juneteenth.
yeah, happy Juneteenth, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. So anyway, food chat. I'm gonna start off here. So I've made a big decision. I made a big decision in my life, right? I've been a Subway guy for years, literally like a decade, right? Almost every Wednesday. It's a good, calorically consistent meal. You can have half for lunch, half for supper. It's perfect. It's great. Whatever. Problem is, we're having a little bit of tasteflation. That's a word I just came up with. Tasteflation, right? where something becomes more expensive, but in that it doesn't become any more tasty. In fact, maybe becomes less tasty.
Hate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tasteflation. Tasteflation. That's copyrighted by the Beefy Boys. Subway, number one offender of this, I think. Probably, maybe them and Taco Bell are tied, right? Although Taco Bell still does have some really tasty options, to be fair. Those the cantina shit they're doing, very good. Put the avocado sauce in there, banger. Subway though, can't really say the same. Their meatball subs are okay, but not. And I've just been going like just straight club lately. So anyway, the other day I had it suggested to me. It's like, why don't we look into what was it called? Firehouse. I was like, oh no, this is way more expensive. Look it up. Not really any more expensive at this point. Like maybe $3-4 a meal, right? Or for the whole order. Maybe 5 tops. I think my order was $35 a day for 2 larges and a medium, which is like 6 meals, which is not terrible. Like not terrible for eating out. Man, I tell y'all what, should have done it earlier. All right, I got the club on. I got a club on the sub. I've had Firehouse before, but it was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, fine, yeah. But man, that club on a sub it blows. It's closer to McAllister's actually. It's way closer to McAllister's than Subway is. And first off, I ordered online, and the thing that I've never ordered Subway online because I just don't really like believe in it because I kind of want to be there for the process because I don't trust them to not.
That's true. So stuff like Subway, I feel like you do just gotta be there and like make it how you really want.
Yeah. But because Firehouse is more just pre-made subs, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, because the only changes I'm making is the exclusions. I'm not really worried about them not putting something on. I'm just telling them, look, cut the onions, no tomatoes, right? Like I don't want either of those because I like onions on stuff, but I don't really like it on like I'm an onions on burgers guy. I don't really like it on sandwiches though. You know?
Oh, true.
Yeah. So whatever.
I like it on sandwiches.
Anyway, man, I just tell you, like driving with it home, which by the way, you just walk in and they go, Taylor, pick it up, leave, gone. In my truck, I'm smelling this thing because Subway subs don't have smells; they just smell like Subway, right? But I'm getting the aroma of the sub, and I'm like, what have I been doing with my life, dude? What have I been doing?
Subpar subs.
Subpar subs, yeah. So, I'm gonna say that was we did steaks for Father's Day. Oh, and they were killer. Dad got a tomahawk, or like no, not a tomahawk. Like a big bone-in ribeye, and this son of a bitch was thick. He regretted that heavily. There was way too much steak. Real good. Did a little side of potatoes and onions in olive oil. Very good. That was about it. Oh, I went to Taco Bell the other night. I did a soft cantina chicken taco. Very good. I did my usual Doritos Locos. Very good. That's pretty much it though for me with food. Y'all.
I missed if you got this, but Mr. Eli Hunt in the chat asked about raw onions versus cooked.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't say it. What about onions raw? So here's the thing with onions raw. If I'm gonna have onions in a sandwich, yeah, they got to be raw. But on a hamburger, I kind of prefer them cooked, like. Or as a side, like a topping on a steak, they're really good. But the only place that I really, 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 really like raw onions is in chili.
Sure.
So,
lately it's been growing in popularity. I've seen people, if they want raw onions and they don't want them to be quite as harsh, they'll do this thing where they just like soak them in cold water before using them. And
I don't mind the harshness.
mellows them out.
That's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
We're talking. Hang on, we're talking about some edgy shit. We're talking about just eating an onion like you would an apple.
Oh, this is just Alec being retarded. Okay.
That's just silly.
Classic. All right,
Locked in on the onion question.
y'all talk about your
I'll
food.
do that
I gotta
with
go
a
get
Brazilian
some real quick.
onion,
Okay. Sure. I guess we could talk about our food stuff this week. Did we do anything before Marco's, Tony? Did we in the past week?
I don't think so.
So we finally. I mean, you went back and got the mark this week, right?
Yeah.
Anything abnormal with your experience this time?
No, mine was pretty standard. I
Yeah.
guess yours was a bit different than normal, but
Yeah, I tried the they have this like fiery pizza stuff they're doing. I guess it's cheese with like Carolina Reaper peppers mixed in, but in effect it's like diluted enough that it just ends up tasting like a pizza that's like uh like pre pepper flaked, you know? Cuz I like pepper flakes on my pizza typically.
right, same.
Um and it kind of just ended up tasting like that. It didn't have like a distinct like flavor of the particular pepper. It wasn't hotter than the pepper flakes would be. It was about the same. Um, just maybe a little bit more uniform because it's mixed into the cheese.
So
But
it
it was
wasn't
fine.
Carolina Reaper, just so we're clear.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they can get away with using like some portion of extract from that pepper and calling it that, but it's like not really the pepper itself, you know. Which is fair once you extract, you know, the capsaicin from the peppers. It's all the same, anyways. Um, but yeah, it was fine. I wouldn't do it again because it's kind of like it's kind of like some other spicy probos lately where it just doesn't add enough to really make a difference. And it's kind of nice to be able to choose your own adventure when you're dressing the pizza at home. Um, but one of them was the pepperoni version of that, which is fine. And I also they had a sausage with onions, peppers, and other bullshit. And their sausage is interesting. It's almost like we were speaking about euros earlier, the Greek sandwich, right? It's kind of like that. Like they slice it into like thin strips, even though it's Italian sausage. Um, it was good. I don't think they even made that one spicy. I think they just gave you regular cheese on that one, but whatever. Uh, but yeah, it was a good trip. Marcos is always reliable. And then a couple days later, right, we went and did Brewster's again. Yeah, the ice cream
Yep.
place around here.
Day after, actually,
Yeah.
we discovered they have They have. It's kind of it's kind of RNG on what flavors you're getting that day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they apparently have a large pool and they can pick whatever they want.
yeah, like
that
24
day for the
flavors per
most
day
part.
or something that they can make. And then sometimes if you go, they might be out, they might not, because I think they probably just make like a certain amount in a tub each day, and then when they sell out, you know.
Right. Damn, I feel like we got scammed. I'm looking at today's flavors. They got a peanut butter cup overload with Reese's today.
Yeah, I gotta take a look at this.
Peanut butter crunch with Butterfinger. Damn.
Well, let's see. I tried on my cone there. I tried just their toffee crunch, which was good, pretty good. I also got their tiramisu, which was good. It was like it's like a coffee-ish ice cream. It's good, but their waffle cones always fuck because they make them on site and they're like very thick and they have good texture and stuff. It's like eating a big ass waffle almost. It's actually a substantial part of the the serving that you're getting. And the cones
Very
they
good.
give you giant fucking scoops each time too. So even getting the smallest one with 2 scoops, I was like getting pretty full by the end of it. Um, but and then to go, I think I was gonna try one cheesecake. They're out of that, so I got another one. I don't know which one they gave me. I said just give me a random cheesecake flavor. I replaced another one they were out of. It was the German chocolate cake I was gonna try. I've replaced that with just their white chocolate Oreo because that just was one that I hadn't tried yet, and I was trying to think of something on the spot. Then I also got their what other 2 flavors did we get? Well, there's the PB toffee crunch, which was quite good. It's like a vanilla ice cream with peanut butter kind of ribbons in it, and chocolate covered toffee. And the eclair brownie, which for me didn't have any noticeable brownie pieces, but it might have just mixed in with the Oreo and became like hard to tell.
Damn.
But I don't know, it was still good. It's a good outing. I mean, even having to make the substitutions because they're out of a couple, I was like fine. How was your experience on this occasion?
So I got the cookie dough since I hadn't tried that yet, and cookie dough's a staple for me. It was quite good. High quality cookie dough ice cream. Was a fan of that. Then I also got a scoop of the toffee crunch. So I was also gonna do the German chocolate cake. And I got a pint of the peanut butter toffee crunch. And those are both good, but I feel like I needed more toffee in them.
Yeah,
It was kind of predominantly just a scoop of vanilla ice cream with a bit of toffee in it, and I feel like I needed more to carry it.
the toffee crunch I got on the cone I felt was like a decent proportion of toffee. I feel like there's just like less mixes than the other ones that I had in the cup, but it's still good. The base ice cream is still pretty good. I would agree, just as another kind of toffee fanatic myself, right, that more toffee is always going to be okay with me, you know. Boosters is good.
Do
I mean,
need them to always carry that 1 gram flavor we got, because that was gas.
Graham Canyon, yeah.
Yeah, that was very good.
That was definitely a very special flavor because that also had toffee in it, and then just the graham like flavored ice cream is a less common thing, right? It was good. They have another graham flavor that they sometimes come around with too, with a slightly different name. That I saw on the Knoxville location menu the other night. So I guess it's almost like we have to like tune in. We have to get like an RSS feed of like Brewster's Maryville flavors, right? Because
Yeah.
we have to like stay locked in and like kind of pick and choose the night when they have the right flavors, you know. But yeah, good stuff. Aside from that, then a night or two later, I went and filmed some fireflies outside because I never saw fireflies growing up. They might have existed somewhere on the West Coast, but I never saw them. So, as far as I know, they didn't. Got some footage of them. But then I was outside. I was like, oh, let's go to Arbys, which, as we covered in the beef section, right, didn't work out too well for Tony over here. Yeah, I mean, even my burger, the burger they had this time was not as good as the quote unquote Wagyu, like the Good Burger promo they were doing during winter or whatever. It wasn't as good as that. So, I wouldn't get the burger. If anybody here's an Arby's guy, hey, Alec, don't. Yeah, I know you're a big Arby's guy. Don't get the burger. It sucks. I'd definitely rather see the 2 for $6 deal on 2 roast beef sandwiches or something because it's way better.
So, as an aside, I am seeing that Brewster's does have an app with a rewards program. So I feel like we gotta sign up for that.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Do you organize your fast food apps into folders on your phone, or do you just leave them all willy-nilly?
I have a food folder. Yeah.
What do you title your food folder?
It's titled food.
Mine's like slop houses.
Oh yeah. No, I have Vault, which is like financial stuff and similar kind of like responsible adult things. I have a travel one, which I could probably change because I don't travel that much right now. Productivity, which is like just handy gadgets. Leisure, which is like games and social, and then the food one.
I don't use folders. I just know where they are.
Yeah,
So that's how I roll.
I just swipe down in the middle of the phone and type out whichever slop house I wish to dine at that day.
that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. There's getting to be enough food apps on my phone that I definitely like don't even need to add them to the folder anymore because it's like rare enough that I use any particular one.
Which Bible app do you prefer?
Use the website.
My physical Bible.
I use the Bible Gateway website.
I do like having a Bible app because you can flip through the translations if you're running into some confusion.
Yeah, I bet Bible Gateway has an app actually, but what was I gonna say? I gotta say that Jamocha shake at Arby's is always pretty good. It's nice.
Yo, the
nice
Jamocha
balance.
shake is old school. That's where it's at.
Yeah, that
Jamoking me crazy.
Yeah. Half the reason I even go to Arby's is for the fucking horsey sauce, dude. I love horseradish. So, like when I eat one of their roast beef sandwiches, that's like 2 tubes of horsey sauce going on it, and maybe some Arby's sauce too if I want to shake it up.
Now, I do have to let you guys know. I found the great list of Brewster's flavors, and they do have one called Jamaican Me Crazy.
Nice.
Peanut based. I will check that out.
Yeah, you can probably have Brewster's up there, don't you?
No,
They're
but
relatively widespread.
we had it in Georgia. I'm very familiar with Brewster's.
That's good. It's apparently even in California. I never saw it there, but yeah, Arby's is fine. The other issue this time was the long wait in the line. I should have placed an order, scheduled it for later, because every time I go there in the late evening, this time it's like 10 p.m. It was like a 20 fucking minute wait in line. Which the food, most of the food I don't think sat that long. Just the burrs did. So just don't get the burrs. That's all I'm saying. Just the 2 for $6 is the perfect deal. You get 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 roast beef sandwiches, mix and match. 2 for $6. You get a lot of food. You can customize them. You can add the onion straws to every sandwich there for free. It's a big deal. But then also, aside from Arbys, then today after your outing, Tony, you went and got a little China slop, a little.
You know,
Panda.
just some classic Panda Express.
It always hits, always reliable. So yeah. Good week for us. Encompasses everything. Tim, anything else you had this week besides Pat?
I was going to say we had the live ordering of the limited run chicken Philly melt from Pals today.
Right.
Yeah, does it fuck?
So it's kind of a stealth glizzy, like it's on a glizzy bun. It's even set up as such. You eat it the same way. It was pretty good. Very salty. Very, very salty. So if you like your salty foods and you like your chicken, you'll like the chicken melt from Pals.
Well, I wouldn't like it, but
Nah, well, you don't
Well,
like
yeah, because
anything.
it's a melt, therefore it has cheese on it.
You're a dweeb.
it almost
Panda
sounds like
always-
it's a chicken chopped cheese.
Yeah, pretty much. It's got the chopped peppers, the chicken, the cheese. It's just simple but good. Had a little glizzy action with it, with the chili and the mustard, onions. Just your classic fast food glizzy. You can't go wrong with Pals. It's the best. You need to make the pilgrimage there, Tevin.
Yeah, we'll soon.
I think the southernmost Pals I want to say is in Irwin.
Yeah, there's the one in Morristown. I'm also on my
Yeah,
earbuds
Morristown
right now. Yeah, that probably sounds different.
Yeah, no, I know. I was gonna ask why you sound
I have to go to the bathroom, but I want to be able to listen.
shitty.
Hell.
Kind of based, actually.
No, it's been I've been kind of chained to my desk at work this week, so I haven't had a lot of time to get out and get the good foods. We did roast some marshmallows and do some s'mores at the Vacation Bible School over the weekend. That
Oh
was good stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are y'all one of those churches that does like just the VBS is now just like 2 days or something?
3, but yes.
No.
I think it's kind of industry standard.
It unfortunately kind of is, because I was a big all week in the morning, and then first they got rid of in the morning, right? And now I'm hearing this like they're not even doing it all week. It's like maybe 3 days a week, or it's the weekends or whatever. But
Yeah, this was I definitely remember what you're talking about. I remember the at least week long every morning.
when we were
VBS.
kids, that's how it was when we were
Yeah,
kids.
that's what I remembered.
And
Yeah,
I
now
say
it's
I say
now
kids.
it's evenings.
It was up on yeah. And they do it on evenings. I say kids up until I was like 27 because I helped for a long time because I was one of the few people who could be over there during the day, and who knew how to run all the different technological shit. So I helped for a long time, but when they transitioned to evening, it's just like
You say rip Protestant work ethic. I think that might be part of it though, because I'm in coal country up here.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of people working that shift where like in the mornings, like their asses will be asleep all morning.
Yeah.
Because they're working they're burning the midnight oil there.
Well, what it used to be, the women that were running it back in the day used to be like teachers, and they'd be off during the summer, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I guess maybe people have just kind of gotten lazy, I think, is a big part of it. And
I'm sure part of it too, though.
You
is
say
the
they were
fact that-
teachers, you cut off there.
teachers.
Shit, if we want to get real, part of it is in our current economy, teachers have to work summer jobs to make ends meet.
That's true.
There you go. That's where I was going with this.
That's true.
Well, you've got a lot more women working.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason you could possibly come up with in your head,
Yeah, who
It
knows?
is just reality, whether it's to make ends meet or because they're empowered girl bosses.
Girl boss gatekeep gas. I said that backwards. I don't know.
Yes, queen.
You know what I was saying.
But,
Oh,
that is a reality of this world. Thank you, Boomers. Very cool.
Yeah.
That
You know what the real downfall was? The beginning of the end, I guess I should say, was they stopped catering. And
they
when I
stopped
say
what now?
catering, and I don't mean like ordering, like getting something. I mean like having parents bring food for the workers. We used to have a spread every day because they'd like essentially serve us lunch, right? But they would have like the break room for the helpers and all the people working, and they had like they had the kitchen staff in on it too, right? And I mean, we're talking good stuff, whole ass sandwiches, casseroles, whole desserts, all the works. And then it stopped. Then you started seeing way more Walmart store-bought stuff, and then eventually there wasn't even a break room anymore. And that's when I went. The West is truly fallen.
Oh, true.
So
That was one thing I did like about this. They did cook. We actually had the spreads. They did lazy out and do pizza one night.
okay, but that's fine. Like pizza's a staple though.
Yeah, and it wasn't like cheap slot pizza. Like it was that really really good local place that does excellent pizza.
No, yeah, okay, that's
Hell,
acceptable.
yeah.
Like among the best pizza I've ever had. Like it's that good.
That's fully acceptable. Yeah. But like, if I see fucking donut holes from Walmart, yeah, I'm killing you.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
What about your food this week, Ty?
I already talked about it. Remember?
Oh yeah, you did. Well, while old prude's on the shitter, you know what we can talk about?
What's that? Oh, I
That
know.
we believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Hold on again.
They felt like they put him out. That was sad.
I just want to say I was way ahead of the curve on this one. Shout out Taylor. But yeah, no, that was nuts, man. So first off, it's good that Monday and Tuesday were really good football nights because Sunday was not, or Saturday was not a good football wrestling. Did I say football? I meant wrestling. Was not a good wrestling day. Well, that's funny because the weekend was a good football weekend. Am I right? Let's go, boys. Let's go, Stallions. Back to back to back. We won't talk about that. Pay-per-views suck. We're not going to talk about it. But let's talk about Raw, though. I was hearing people talking about Raw felt like Raw after Mania. And it wasn't even a Raw after Mania.
It was a really good Raw.
It was one of the best Raws I've seen in a long time. Right? Just top to bottom, great show. But then, holy shit, those last 5 minutes. That was easily the best thing I've seen on wrestling ever. And I don't mean just like that one moment. I mean just the whole. So for context, for people who don't really understand, Raw is the main flagship show of WWE wrestling. At the end of the show, they've been teasing for months and months and months the return of the stable called what used to be called the Wyatt family, which was led by a wrestler called Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt sadly passed away earlier this year. Or was it last year?
I think last year.
Yeah, he's been passed for a little bit. And
well, sudden heart issues as a result of a certain injection. Allegedly.
And there was a lot of talk about, what are we going to do? Because it was a big deal. So we've been teasing that Uncle Howdy, which is just kind of a character in the whole mythos, but in reality is his brother, teased Uncle Howdy was going to come back. So it's, for a long time we've been wondering, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? They did it. And boy, man, holy shit, dude. Like, I was not expecting, go ahead.
They've been teasing it for months now with the QR codes. And I think most people were kind of getting sick of the QR codes. Like, let's fucking get this going.
Yeah.
But holy shit, they delivered.
I will say that I don't think I got sick of the QR codes until Michael Cole started acknowledging them on the shows.
Yeah, that was
that
gay.
felt very forced.
It felt extremely forced because it was very much that old boomer, like, how do I open PDF?
Yeah.
except it's a QR
I
code.
felt like he was just trying to they were just trying to cram it down the lowest common denominator's throat. Like, hey, something weird's happening. Hey, is this, were we being too subtle? Hey. But man, so Nikki Cross coming out, like her crawling out there and doing her thing. By the way, she's looking thick with a capital double C. You know what I'm saying?
Talking thicker than a Snicker up in here.
A bowl of fucking oatmeal, boys. I'm not complaining either. So she comes out. It's like, okay, the lantern's sitting there. The lantern was a key part of Bray Wyatt's whole thing. And it's like, okay, sure. Camera goes back behind the scenes through the Titantron, which do they even call it the Titantron anymore? Because it's not that big.
Don't think so.
I like it. I thought,
I think they just call it the Tron.
I think the big one, it was a little ostentatious. The new one, it's more. I just like it. It's better. So
Well, they have to make it smaller so they can cram all the fucking people in there for all these sellouts.
I know, it's crazy.
So true.
So, you know, they got the smoke and everything. It's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Camera tilts down. Pile of fucking bodies on the floor. And I go, hello, what are we doing here? And it was crazy because at first it was like, oh, it's just security guards. No, one of those is Mello. Carmelo Anthony. Hayes sitting. I was Carmelo Anthony.
Anthony.
Wrong sport. Carmelo Hayes.
Same gimmick, wrong sport.
Same gimmick, wrong sport. Just laying on the ground like his skull bashed in. And I went, wait, what the fuck are we doing here? Pans up, we see Eric Rowan. Okay, no shocker, we knew that. Go through the curtain to Gorilla. They have like little pyrotechnics to make it look like the room's been fucked up, right? You know, like the power line snapping and like, okay, we're doing this. This is production value right here. Room is littered with corpses, right? Dexter Loomis perched up on top of the thing, just like looking down. Go through the next curtain. Fucking Chad Gable is sitting there, fucking side of his head's bashed in, blood dripping down, and there's Uncle Howdy. Oh my god, I've watched that video like 10 times. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it at least 10 times. I
don't know if they've changed it, but at one point the wiki for if you went to Chad Gable's wiki,
yeah, I saw that.
It said that he was murdered on screen. It's like, yeah, the following week, yada, effectively disbanding the stable, and later that night was murdered by the Wyatt Six.
I also appreciate that they've like already had a bunch of wrestlers acknowledge that like shit went down that night.
Yeah, I'm very excited
like
to see
Jey Uso's interview immediately after Raw. It's like, y'all can have the Fireflies back. My bad.
I'm very excited to see how they follow up on this, right? Because I said this in chat the night of, in Discord. I was saying, like, I don't feel like wrestling creative does the concept of existential threat well enough. Like, you'll have someone come in and it's like, oh, they're tearing up the locker room. It's just like one guy beating a couple people up, and it's like, that's not that big a deal.
But before this, the closest thing you had to an existential threat was Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, yeah.
Right.
Or stuff like the original Nexus, right? Like, that was good. There's been some NXT takeovers. That was good. The Shield, stuff like that. But it's like, it's just very like, we have the implication that someone might have been murdered.
Like many people.
Yeah, many people. I mean, Gorilla. Everyone in Gorilla was beat up. Those are like the people in charge of the whole company, right? Like, you didn't see Triple H in there. Triple H isn't going to job like that. But, man, I tell you what, if Triple H had been there, imagine the impact of that. Like, imagine if at the end it hadn't been Chad Gable, right? But Uncle Howdy had, like, trips by the collar or something, right? That would have been, it'd been like, holy shit, we're doing like a company takeover thing, which, hey, that may come in a different form. Switching over to NXT, we finally get, I believe in, I got to know what the deal with this TNA relationship is. I got to know. What are our speculations? Have we heard anything?
I think since it's not like they're also collabing with two Japanese companies right now, I think it's just straight up WWE's kind of flexing their power or whatnot, saying, "Hey, if AEW wants to do this like gay Ring of Honor shit and whatnot, we'll collab with the other companies.
Yeah,
we'll
but
give the people what they want."
The NJP thing is kind of just more like a not NJP. The Japan thing is more kind of like a just acknowledgement of each other. But the TNA thing is like, we're literally talking about like Joe Hendry came on and he's saying, oh, I'm here to win the title and take it back to TNA. right? So I mean, it's not going to happen, obviously, but that's the thought that's at least in the canon of possibility. So I saw it said that like what the thing might kind of be is that you're right, because Ring of Honor is like not really a thing anymore, and other indie companies haven't really taken off. Like Booker T's company is like okay, but it's like it's not there yet, you know? TNA is really all there is left. So TNA now kind of serves as like the de facto indie company for WWE to essentially poach from. While at the same time, like having a very natural pipeline for that to happen. And like everyone benefits from that. TNA probably gets more views. I've been watching TNA because of it. I admit it. I tuned in for the first time in literally 12 years.
It's also like a subtle own on AEW if WWE can indirectly pump up TNA's numbers.
It kind of is, yeah.
Well, and let me take you back to January 27th of this year.
Okay.
That was the press conference following the Royal Rumble, which was the actual Jordan Grace debut in WWE.
Right.
Triple H remarked in that press conference that he thought terms like Forbidden Door are silly. He literally said the word silly. So Triple H is a silly little guy. He's making all these partnerships now just to fuck with Tony and prove that he's not the only one that can cross promote.
Yeah. I love it.
Like he's literally just taking everything that Tony's doing with Forbidden Door and doing it the WWE way, the Triple H way.
Yeah, because I'll say I watched Forbidden Door last year. I didn't hate it. It was all right, but it's like I wouldn't watch it over WWE.
It's really things like Forbidden Door though are good if you're one of those. If it's people who like that kind of shit, they like shit like that.
Yeah,
matches that go for 30 to 50 minutes between two people who have no story, no lead up, no charisma, no character.
Right.
You're just watching a lot of fucking action. Which if you're just in it for the action, you're going to be all about that shit.
Yeah, Ospreay and Omega was a great match. I don't know why they were fighting or anything about them, but it was pretty good. But I'm not.
They've done the whole, to see who truly is the best wrestler storyline. That is one that's a popular trope.
Oh, okay.
It's also every single Daniel Bryan match these days, or Bryan Danielson, whatever.
Which is funny because that Forbidden Door was him against some big Japanese wrestler, like dream match, like greatest match of all time, possibility, kind of legend versus legend, and it sucked. Now, granted, I think Daniel Bryan got injured in the middle of it or something.
Was it the Murder Grandpa? Was it Minoru, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, okay, you get a pass on that. But when you're limping Sting and Chris Jericho out there to Forbidden Door, I'm like,
But you know what? I at least I know who they are.
That's true.
What I don't need to see at Forbidden Door is like Orange Cassidy versus some Japanese whatever. I don't care.
Pisses me off. Because I remember when he was like first coming up, and he was Orange Cassidy was the hands in pocket guy, right?
Correct.
Like, that was the one.
Yeah, Cornette literally just calls him Pockets. Like he doesn't even call him by his real name.
Yeah, that's fair because that's the dumbest gimmick I've ever heard in my life, and I hated it. Because at the time I was real locked in on like IWC chatter and stuff. Like I'm talking R squared circle to that level. And I saw it everywhere. They were like, "Oh my god, he's so great! Boy, this is such better. Anything better than the Fed could do." And I'm like, I guess not really.
Well, I mean, what he can do, and what so many of them can do, and I'm not going to deny there's a lot of talent in AEW at doing the kind of shit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, who cares?
Yeah.
You have to make people, and I don't mean that in terms of like who cares that they're talented. Who cares about the people? What have they done to make me care who they are?
I'm looking at the roster actually here of TNA. It's crazy how many of these people are literally just guys who were in the WWE a year ago. Yeah, Mustafa Ali literally got cut less than 6 months ago, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Francis, he was Flop Dollar, right?
Correct.
He had a great series with Joe Hendry though. Just a month ago. That was good. That was some good shit.
Yeah, he apparently if you saw his infamous botch where he tried to do a dive and caught his legs on the rope and nearly killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently discovered as a result of that he had some sort of underlying heart condition that was going to kill him if he kept working like that.
Oh, Okay, well there you go.
So, in a way, good on him for reinventing. Yeah, that Ash by Elegance is. You remember her as Dana Brooke?
I do. Yeah, she was.
She also appeared on NXT.
Yeah. It's really funny
During the
these
whole
people got fired
during,
just to
the
come
match
back.
between Jordan Grace and our girl Roxanne.
Yeah, just to come back, but with a different
By the
company.
way, did you see that tag team whatever thing last night
No,
with Roxanne and Lola Vice on the same tag team?
I didn't. I was running.
That's a lot of heat there, buddy.
I like these ABC guys because they're doing like a rip-off Bullet Club thing. Okay, good talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I had to say about that. Because they're doing like a rip-off Bullet Club, and like everybody in the crowd was doing the Too Sweet. I'm like, is this licensed? Can we do this?
Like everybody's doing a rip-off Bullet Club. Fucking that dingbat in fucking AEW.
Dirty Dango.
Jay White. Oh yeah, Dirty Dango. That's good old Fandango.
Oh, Gail Kim. Oh yeah, she's there. Okay.
I think she's like on their equivalent of a Legends deal.
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian, you saw in the Royal Rumble last night, and not Royal Rumble, but the Battle Royal in NXT.
Is Havoc a woman?
Third to last one out, I believe.
Yeah, it's a woman.
Shout out the dude named Jake something.
Tell you what, that Jordan Grace, she is ripped.
Jake something is a big old boy. He's like one of their main characters.
Josh Matthews, man, there you go. That was my boy back in the day. Not really. Oh, good old Matt Cardona. God, that's gonna be so funny. That's gonna be so funny if Matt Cardona is part of a crossover. Like, look who's back, bitch! Like a bad penny, you can't get rid of me. Woo woo woo. Does he still do that?
He is Chelsea Green's other half too, is he not?
Matt Cardona.
Yep.
Oh God, he is, isn't he? Damn it! You can do better than that, Zach. Come on.
That's a pretty good name for a Misha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich.
That's not bad, actually.
That's a good name.
This Matthew Rave, however you say that, that was the thespian guy, right? Ah, crap. What was his name? His gimmick was like, he was like an old-timey, like, actor thing. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. He was Aiden English.
Aiden English. Yeah. That gimmick sucked.
He was the other half. Yeah, he was good with Rusev Day.
Yes, he was. Rhino, man, I want to see Rhino back. I love Rhino. Can we get a Rhino and Heath Slater reunion? That's what the world needs.
He got kids.
He got kids, man. Sam
Rich Swann was in WWE for a minute.
Hey, big Sam Laterna guy. Big Sam Laterna guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Santino Morello. Wait, what? Santino Morello.
He's a backstage guy with them.
Is that him though?
Yeah, he was a silly little guy.
What happened to him?
The Cobra?
Yeah, but look at him. What happened to him?
He stopped wrestling and got fat.
Oh, okay. It happens to the best of us, I guess.
Many such cases.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like this, I want to see like most of these people way more. Oh shit, Tony Dreamers. That must be like Legends thing, right?
Tommy Dreamer. No. He is well, yes and no. He's like big backstage guy.
Is that what he looks like? Dude, he looks great.
I think Tommy Dreamer's running creative right now for them.
Oh, that explains a lot, actually. Yeah.
After what's his nuts got let go, Scott D'Amore.
He actually looks pretty good. I think that's an old picture. That's definitely an old picture. Here's a man. Yeah, what the hell? He looks great. What did he do? You know what this is? Not doing drugs. I'm pretty sure.
So true.
Or not doing as many drugs. All right, well, he's also only 53, so okay. Yeah, no, I want to see all these people way more than I want to see any AEW doofuses.
Yeah, that's a Beulah McGillicuddy.
Beulah McGill. That's a hell of a name, by the way.
She was an on-screen character back in the TNA heydays.
What's Dixie Carter doing these days?
Counting her money, I guess.
Who even owns TNA these days?
Holy shit, that can't be the same Dixie Carter. Hang on.
It isn't. I looked it up. There's a weird
looking.
Whoa,
son.
Yeah, woof. No, I don't think I saw a super recent picture, but the last one I saw was like, okay.
Oh, she's only 59. I thought she was older than that.
Leonard Asper is the current CEO. It's just some random guy. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay. So the people who own TNA now are people that aren't like actually involved kind of in wrestling. So they're
Correct.
like
Yeah,
they're making
Scott D'Amore was the guy. They ran him off a few months ago.
so they're making better decisions now. Okay, that makes sense. What happened to Billy Corgan? Is he not involved anymore?
Billy Corgan, I think, is NWA,
Yeah.
which
Yes,
TNA NWA.
that Billy Corgan.
Okay.
Yeah, that
TNA NWA used to be the same company at one point.
he's over NWA now, so I guess okay. Yeah.
If you recall from recent memory, they had a deal in place to be on TV. They had a TV deal with CW.
Right.
And then one of their talents did some sort of promo bit involving cocaine.
Hmm.
And that got the TV deal canceled pretty much immediately.
Can imagine.
That would have been, I want to say it was James Mitchell.
Okay.
Father James Mitchell, that's the one. Yep.
In October 23, the NWA reestablished its territory system. Huh. And going for that again? All right. It's fine.
They're trying to bring that back. EC3
Oh God.
was going to be one of their territory champs or something like that. I don't know. It's
EC3. He's still out there trying it, huh?
Well, you remember what the C in EC3 is, right?
No.
It's Carter, Ethan Carter.
Yeah.
In other words, the nephew to Dixie Carter.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. They had like
didn't work.
They had like a corporate angle at one point, right? They were doing that.
Yeah. And it didn't get over.
No, it did not. Everything involving Dixie Carter sucked. She was like, we can say whatever we want about Vance, Shane, Stephanie, any of that, but they were 10,000 times better than anything Dixie Carter ever tried to do. She sucked.
There's a British fella who's got a pretty entertaining YouTube channel that does a lot of TNA stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Marky D123. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I hope TNA can kind of get back over.
Yeah, he covered a lot of that Dixie Carter era and how she was basically just like the dumbest bitch on the face of earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just would accidentally sign over her company to the likes of Hogan or Bischoff or whatever. Like she was getting tricked by all these silly little guys who turned heel on her.
Mm-hmm. This led me to Tyrus, by the way. Big Tyrus guy.
Iris is a big guy. That's true.
I like Tyrus. I think he's funny. Did anyone watch Gutfeld?
Nope.
Not these days. No.
It's all right, but
more like faux news. Am I right?
Hello. I think Gutfeld is one of the few funny things they still have.
Gutfeld has always been funny. I'll give him that.
Gutfeld's great.
Red Eye. I used to watch Red Eye when I was.
Oh, Red Eye was the best.
Red Eye was great.
Red Eye was one of those things that you just kept asking yourself, like, what the fuck is this doing on Fox News?
Yeah. It was just Gutfeld being a silly little guy.
It was just Gutfeld being. Oh man, fuck! I forgot about Kat Timpf is on this show. Boys know what I mean.
SE Cup before she became a CNN person.
Oh God, yeah, and she could SE cup these balls.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. All right. Well, what else we got?
Well, I did want to say, you guys mentioned earlier that WWE is bad at like existential plot lines, but I thought the whole one about Vince's proclivities, I thought that one was pretty good.
Little did we know how much foreshadowing that was going to be.
What are you doing?
Well, it was an existential threat to the organization.
What are you doing?
It is a compelling narrative.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are we talking about which one? Are we talking about?
He's making a joke about the actual like lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well, because like there was the Trish Stratus bit.
Allegedly.
No, it was the on-screen bit.
Oh, okay. Where he was running around. His character, Mr. McMahon,
was running around with Trish Stratus on his wife, wide out in the open.
Based?
And Trish can still get it. Cat Tiff is a severe case of a mid chick getting high praise.
Yeah, and actually, hold on. As regarding
How do I
SE
feel?
Cup, I regret to inform you, gentlemen, she has not aged well. It's getting rough. That's what adrenochrome
God,
does
you're
to you.
not wrong.
Allegedly.
You are not wrong. Holy shit.
Allegedly. All right. Well, anyway, let's move on here, boys. We got a big show going on.
Well,
no,
let's
hold on.
see.
I was gonna do my thing.
Okay, what's your thing?
No, I just want to get it out of the way. Well, hold on. What is this hostility I'm detecting? What do you mean? What is my thing?
What is your thing? What is your thing?
I'm gonna slap you.
You got
Anyway,
a thing?
Am I sensing some grumpiness on aisle 3?
yeah. Can we get a grumpy cleanup here?
Oh, the old grumpy gills up in here?
Yeah.
Was Grumpy the allegation or was it something else? Because you were calling me something recently. Was it
No, it was
Grumpy?
cranky. Cranky was the
Cranky.
Important distinction.
So
Important
true.
distinction. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Anyway,
get that wrong. I apologize.
we've been Steam Next Fest, right? That's when we do all like the demos on Steam and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I like to filter through, see if we can find any gems. And boy, howdy, I actually did. So we've done this bit a couple of times, and it's usually just me going like, "Oh, this game sucked. This game sucked. This game sucked." I found some bangers. The boys and girls, I found some bangers. I'll start out right at the gate here. Heat Death Survival Train. Now I don't know if we've ever talked about this. It seemed familiar, but I guess we haven't. So the basic gestalt here is the world's frozen. It's essentially like Snowpiercer, but the train's not as cool.
Yeah.
But the world's frozen. You got to travel through it on a train. You can like build the train. It starts as like just two little like slabs, right? And you can build on it. You can, whatever. Man, this was very enjoyable. You escape from the lab, and I did think the first little like tutorial bit was a little slow. You collect resources, build your base. Let's see. It felt good. I will say the game felt a little clunky though, but I think that might have been because of the engine, and it just like I think that's just like an Unreal
Now-
Unity slop thing.
Looking at this trailer, would I be right to call this like almost a Subnautica, but you're on a train?
A little bit, I think that would be a good way of saying it. It's certainly
There's another game that I feel like tracks better. What was that? Why can't I remember the name of that game? I played it for like a while.
I have no idea.
I'll find it.
Man, you can actually this is crazy. You can actually
Frostpunk?
build some.
Frostpunk, that's it.
I mean,
It's Frostpunk on a train.
different gameplay loop, but yeah, it feels very natural. I'll say that. Like it feels good. It does get. I can see it getting like highly repetitive. There's a storm
Metro
thing.
Exodus.
What's that?
Metro Exodus.
There's like a
It's
storm.
train on a train.
There's a storm mechanic. It's very, very annoying. Like waking up because there's no gameplay loop. You just have to wait in the station till the storm passes, right? I mean, you could get in your train and leave, but if you're still trying to like collect resources, whatever. I feel like this could be very good if there was a multiplayer to delegate like some of the tasks to like get through stuff faster. But I think at this level, it's a little shallow. It needs more gameplay loops. Like it's fine, but I could see it getting boring quickly. There's some puzzle. The on-foot segments are the worst, though. I will say that because you don't move very fast, and because of the Unity slop, whatever, Unreal, whatever, like movement's just weird. Like it doesn't feel great. It didn't feel like other survival games where, like I felt like movement in Rust was pretty good. Like it felt like you were moving pretty quickly, and it felt fluid. It wasn't clunky, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Combat was very simplistic. You got this big ass cannon. It's pretty fun. You can do it automatic. You can not a lot to it though, right? Like the only enemies are like drones or something. And again, this is a very early access of this game. A lot can be changed. I mean, look at Rust, how much changed over the years. I could see this being really good. I could see this being really good eventually. So, I played this the longest. I want to say I played this for almost 2 hours. It was that good.
Damn, that's pretty good for a demo.
For a demo, yeah. Well, that's about how long the demo was. It was about 2 hours, and it was very enjoyable. I liked it. It needs some work. It needs a lot of work, but this is wish listed. We will be keeping track of this because this is interesting. It needs more. It needs more to it. It's good proof of concept so far. Release date is this year. I think they should push it back to see if they can cram some more stuff into it. But also, I will say the train isn't very trainy. Like if you look at the picture of it, it's real boxy. And also, shout out to the screenshot. You can see way in the background that the model of the station has unloaded, but the objects in the station haven't unloaded. So that's I'd maybe take that one down. Moving on, Devin, you're gonna pop for this one, but hang on, all right?
Okay.
We got shit. Fuck off. Wait, why did it go to that? Okay. I'll have to look it up, and that's gonna ruin it a little bit. Lush Foil Photography Sim. Okay. Yeah. Wait for it. I saw this too. It's Annapurna Interactive. I was like, oh, okay, shit. This might be good. Not actually. Despite its name, very light on actual sim.
Is the third picture that place in Kyoto or whatever? Where
So Annapurna is one of those companies that's always like really, really big presence at GDQ, and I have never had any clue what they actually do.
And
they do a lot of these walking sim games.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like on the photography side, this is not a sim, right? Because when I saw photography sim, I was like, oh, cool. Like I'm gonna get to like pick my lens. I'm gonna get to like, you know,
it's photography sim for people who use iPhones or photography.
Exactly.
For
This is a walking sim that lets you take really pretty screenshots. There's no photography element to this. Like if you're a photography nerd, like me and Devin at least are, right? Yeah. Like you just have a camera. That's it. You just have what kind of camera? Who knows? What kind of lens? Who knows? Can you change lenses? Nope. Can you change aperture? Nope. That's it.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Moving on. I want to give okay, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, even if it was like a full sim, I could just go outside and do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've thought that before. Like a photography sim would do numbers, I think. Sure. But it has to be an actual photography sim where you actually like
it needs to be like extreme photography. Like you're putting yourself in like extreme situations to kind of like practice almost, you know. But like.
Dungeons of Hinterberg, armed with a sword and a tourist guide, explore the beautiful alpine village of Hinterberg and cover blah blah blah. Don't care. There was a DEI slop character in the opening scene, and I closed it and uninstalled. Moon Mystery. Okay. This one was fun. This felt like a game that was like an older game, like it was maybe getting like a remake or something, because it's a very small team. The dialogue is like real rough. Like you could tell it's just like it's the developers like doing voiceover work. They didn't get an actual actor or whatever. No. It's a fun little FPS. There's a lot of strange elements. Like it's doing a lot. Like there's vehicle combat. There's like right here. There's like a there's an RC elements. Like it's doing a lot, and it's doing most of it decent. Yeah, there's bullet time. It's fun. It's not bad. Right now, it kind of feels like a game I would get, like, I would play it, like, if I got it on Humble Bundle. Like, it's doing a lot of things, but it's not doing any of them, like, really spectacularly. But it was very fun. Did I have anything else? Notes. It's like, it feels like a game made in the late aughts. Gunplay is okay. The vehicle combat was really rough, especially, like, the space fighters. Do you think this game will help you solve the mystery of the moon? Well, you can't solve the mystery of the moon because the moon's fake, and so is space. So, moving on. Endless Couch. Oh, this one sucked. This is like some Slav jank shit. It's like a walking simulator, but in your car. If that makes sense. A driving simulator, I guess.
Is this one of those ones where like your car constantly breaks down and you have to fucking like repair it, and that's the gameplay loop?
I don't think so. I think you literally just drive.
It's just straight up driving.
You can customize it a little, but I couldn't get very far into this because like there was like a lot of dialogue in the beginning, and it was really poorly written, and it actually felt ESL. So I was just like, I didn't even get to the gameplay. So Fantastic Haven. Which one was this? City management game. Oh yeah, this was a city management game. It felt a little God gamey though, which I didn't hate. I'm a big God game guy. I'm just, I couldn't get very deep into it because these kind of games are just like, this genre is solved. Like this genre is done. City management games are done. There's not a lot that you can bring to the table, right? So everything is just kind of like a reskin of that. There was another game, Fata Duum, which was almost the exact same, and it was an actual God game. I didn't play it at all. I was going to, but I started running out of time.
Now get this, new gimmick, a city builder game, but it becomes like Mario Maker, and then you can play it like it's GTA.
Oh shit! Holy fuck, dude!
You might be onto something. there.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If any game companies want to do that and they hear the stream, they have to pay us licensing fees now. So
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah, our asking price is $5 million.
Right. It's a bargain, frankly.
because that will print money.
I look at how GTA 5 did.
See,
you're gonna do 10 times that.
See, you know why I'm angry about that, guys? Because like that, they're like that was cool and everything. But that's his best. That's Tevin at 100%, and we're not going to get that for like another 3 years. And he blew it on like just some shitty suggestion.
You'll change your tone when a company actually wants to license the idea.
Oh
though.
sure, yeah, no, I definitely will. But I'm just saying, like, kind of blew your wad there on a nothing burger. So
yeah.
Anyway, oh god, Flintlock. Y'all remember seeing this trailer? With this
That's
fucking
the one where like it kind of seems cool except for the DEI slop stuff.
It looks cool. The premise is cool as shit. But literally, the first opening cinematic is all the soldiers. Like it's set in like a like Napoleonish kind of era time, like that kind of aesthetic. All the grunts were just like dumb looking white men, and all the officers were black women. I closed and uninstalled.
Oh my lord!
Like this could be the best fucking game ever, but I'm not getting past that because that's fucking retarded. Now
they could just do a character creator and people would be so much happier with these games too.
I don't know. Let's move to something happier though. Blacksmith Master. Let me tell y'all something. This was it. This was the peak of this year's Game Fest.
You call me the Black Master.
This game was fun. Okay.
It's like RuneScape.
It is a little RuneScapey. Sim game where you switch between build. That's great about this. It's a sim game, but you can like go in and do it third person, right? Like you can actually just play the game, or you can back out and like hire a bunch of workers and they do it all for you. Which I like that. The gameplay loop was really fun too because it's these little like quick time events, right? Let me see if I can find a picture of that. You do these like little quick time events to like hammer and no, there's not a picture of it to like hammer it, to smelt it, all this. It's very, very fun. The better at the events you are, like you can perfect it and you get more money. At a certain point, you can hire other blacksmiths and assistants to do the work for you. The game is time gated by like contracts you get, and you have to build up contracts to then do the events where you get new like mechanics, you get new things you can build because you can like expand your blacksmith. There's pictures like you can literally like there's a mine, you can mine your own ores, you can hire miners to do it for you. It was really fun. I didn't play it too long because this was one of those games where like I could just tell like if I got into this, I would be pissed when the demo was over and I would just want more. So I would say this was a buy for me right here. This is a straight out buy. When this comes out, I'm not joking. I will purchase this game. It is fun.
Well, yeah, and it's fun because on top of Minecraft, I'm seeing some parts here that remind me a little bit of Stardew too, so I can see.
Sure, I can see. Yeah, because there is actually a day system to it where you have to like you work until it gets late, and then you have to like progress to the next day. So there's a bit of that kind of time mechanic there, but man, this is like, how do I phrase this? it's not cozy slop, but it's that vein, but it's not cozy, right? Because there's planning to. I don't like cozy slop games. I don't just like a game that's like, oh, I just want to turn my brain off. It's like, no, I want my brain on all the fucking time, you queer.
Yeah, full cozy slop will have like no
Yeah.
actual gameplay most of the time. It'll be just like really, it'll be nothing.
No, but this
Seems like
game
it has some.
And yeah, so that you get like later into it, and like you have like a store, and you like sell directly to customers, because at first you're just doing like work orders, right? What a great game. Blacksmith Master, fucking love it, dude. Fucking love it. Bloomtown, we saw this, I think, at Games Fest as well, I feel like. So this is like an Earthbound game-ish, but like with Pokemon elements, because you can like catch monsters and they'll fight for you. It seemed cute. There was some stuff in it that like I didn't. It seemed a little clowny, but like maybe I misread it. And I also think you fight demons, so that's super duper based.
Oh yeah, I think I remember the trailer for this a while back, and yeah, it's the one where it started looking like Stardew and then became like Clavo, right? I think
I think so. But
I think it was like last year.
It's not really. It's not. It's more like Earthbound, JRPG type thing with some social elements, which I guess that could make it a little Stardewy. But yeah, no, it looks fun. Like I said, maybe I misread the clowny shit, so that could be whatever. If you fight demons, that's based. So.
Well, it claims to be set in the 1960s Americana. So.
Yeah, but that's what I'm worried about. Like if they're trying to do some subversion type shit.
If we're talking 1960s America, I mean, there's a black person in the game, we got to be realistic here.
Yeah.
Break out the old ATE.
Okay, so we saw this last week at Games Fest, Rika. This was the Baba Yaga type game.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get to the part where you did all this fun shit that you're seeing right now, where you build the house and everything. But this game is not, it's very slow. And like, to me, the first 5 minutes of a game really have to pop to keep me involved. But this game, you literally just start in the woods and help like a person like fix their cart. And then you go into town with no objective. And I was just like, what do you want me to do? There's a kind of a little bit of a character creator, but like everyone's ugly kind of, which I don't like.
No.
But it's also, but you're also a witch, and maybe we shouldn't make witches beautiful to glamorize that.
Right.
So I'm kind of torn. I don't know. Had a bit of a spooky vibe, a very creepy Nordic vibe. It was just too slow. The start was way too slow. So maybe we circle back to it and see. Oh well, this one's actually kind of cute. Didn't look like this on my screen. So anyway, yeah, Rika. We'll see. Oh. First Dwarf. Now, this was an interesting game. First Dwarf. First off, they have like a full cartoon intro cinematic, which was kind of cool. Yeah, no, it was kind of cool. Like there was effort in that. Has elements of survival base building and tower defense. Now, the tower defense was kind of the part that annoyed me. I didn't really like that. Like the Minecrafty parts and like the build kind of like a Factorio thing, right? Like that was fun. But the tower defense part was just not. It felt overtuned, right? I think in the long run it could be really good, and like maybe like when you're higher level and have better shit, like it's not as annoying. But just the combat in general was just. I just wasn't feeling it. But this is definitely one to keep your eye on. Which it's actually out right now. You can actually play it. It's in EA, so. It's got positive reviews. 90% found it positive. So yeah, I mean, it does what it does well. It's just for me, it's kind of But if you like this kind of game, I think that's good. We had Republic of Pirates. This was a city management game. I think we actually saw this at Games Fest too. This is a city management game, but also like you can also control the pirate ships and do combat and stuff. Now, I am seeing that this is... Oh, yeah. 50% of these are positive. What are people saying? Got soft lock when it said together the boar meat. Oh, bugs is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The map is just... The map is just what it is, so it's never different. Okay, yeah, I can see this being problems, but... It was kind of fun. Is it $22 fun? No, certainly not. But... Oh, it's not EA either. Ugh.
Yeah.
That might be a pass, boys. All right, what else did we have? Oh, interesting that some of these Vampire Dynasty. When I opened some of these, like they didn't go to the page. So I think we saw this as well, actually, at Summer Games Fest. This is an open world survival game, and when you hear open world, you're like, oh, cool, it's like Skyrim as a vampire. No, it's Twin Worlds as a vampire. Which, if you don't get that reference, consider yourself lucky, because Twin Worlds sucked.
Yeah, for us old folks, Twin Worlds 2 was a huge meme for a while.
Yeah, Twin Worlds was it was actually an Oblivion ripoff because it came out before Skyrim. I think.
Was it Twin Worlds or was it Two Worlds?
It may have been Two Worlds, actually, now that you mention it.
I think it's Two Worlds.
Okay.
There's Two Worlds too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, not a fan. There's like, you can build like a castle.
Oh yeah, Two Worlds, that game sucked.
Yeah, it was real. Here's how old, I'm dating myself real hard. I tried Two Worlds on GameFly. They sent me the Xbox 360 disc and I played it. That's how long ago I played that game. Shout out to GameFly though, by the way. That was good. I liked GameFly. I liked GameFly a lot.
Yeah.
The thing I liked about GameFly, and I don't know if Netflix did. I don't think that Netflix did this, but like with GameFly, if you rented the game and you liked it enough, you could just you could buy it. And it was marked down because they were used discs. They were marked down from like the usual price, and they were pretty good. Like it was about what you could get at like GameStop or whatever, and they would just like send you the case for the game. And I thought that was, I did that several times, so that was cool. I like that. Shout out GameFly. Unfortunately, now we have cloud gaming, which is not superior at all.
Yeah.
So, Vampire Dynasty sucks. Sorry, let's get back to the point. It could have been good, but like I said, it makes me feel too much like Two Worlds. And for some reason, the animations are really bad. Like, some of them were in like 15 frames per second, and some of the there was this bit where you have to like punch through stones, and it was just the goofiest looking shit possible. And I laughed, and I was like, no, I cannot do this. We're not.
Literally just play Good Game V Rising and move on.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of good games, though, Critter Cove. Now, we popped hard for this, I think, last year at either at the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest. So this is literally just like Animal Crossing, but cuter. And that's pretty much it. I thought that when I came into the town, and I was like, oh, this is literally like the same exact music. It's got an insane character creator. You can be like a person, but then you can also be like a bunch of different types of animals as well, which is kind of a furry thing. So I'm not gonna touch on that. You do choose your pronouns, boys, though. Not great. Not great.
I can't give this company money then.
Yeah, we can pirate it though. We'll pirate it.
They thems rise up.
Yeah. My major gripe is
So you went with she her, right? Just to be clear.
Oh yeah, of course. There's not it's hands off in a way that it shouldn't be, because there's one bit where you have to you start making your tools, and the first tool you make is a wrench, but one of the items you need is a piece of metal, but there's only one piece of metal on the entire island, and if you don't notice it, you have to run around for literally an entire in-game day trying to find it, or in my case, have to go watch someone playing a Let's Play of it to figure out where it was, and waste a whole bunch of time trying to figure it out. So that was a complaint. The map also kind of sucks for finding people you're supposed to go talk to, because it's like Animal Crossing, right? They wander all over the town. So that was sucks. That sucked. The UI is really slow in some places. Shows a lot of problems. Oh, the bit that I really liked, you can have a boat and travel around the map. So there's the main island, but then there's lots of other little islands, right? And you can go there and get resources or whatever. Pretty fun. Has a lot of promise. If you like Stardew, if you like Animal Crossing, you'll enjoy this one. Let's see. I was gonna do Once Human, but it looks like Steam didn't want to open it, and also it itself wouldn't open. So I didn't actually play it. Now, I was going to play this Inotria. This is the Italian Dark Souls. But the controls were really bad, so I uninstalled it. Now, finally, Sulfur. Now, we saw this last year, and then we saw it again this year. And we were very hyped for it because I compared it to a game I used to love back in 2013, 2014 called Eldritch, which was also I talked about that game ad nauseum. This game is a lot like that. It's a very simplistic kind of art style, but you're like delving into these caves and there's creepy shit, and you play as a Catholic priest, which is kind of based, killing goblins, which is super based. Very in depth. I didn't understand that you could like extract yourself out to keep your shit. So I was kind of playing a little bit wrong, but that's fine, whatever. Yeah, apparently like the later in you get, like it gets way more and more and more clavo, which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
The gunplay is apparently nuts. You can get, there's like super customizable. There's tons of them. Apparently you can get a Wu-Tang hoodie at some point, which I don't think the Vatican allows. But that's fine.
Right.
Extenuating circumstances, right? So
Yeah, your clothes are in tatters.
yeah, no, sulfur is 100% gonna pop off. So that 100% lived up to the hype. This and Critter Cove and the Blacksmith game and the Snow Train game were the 4 games that I was like, I want to play this right now. So
yeah.
All right.
Now Steam Next Fest. We got some good stuff on the horizon, boys.
Well, yeah, good time for gaming. Also, there's a couple other games that have stuff coming soon.
Oh, you talking about Warframe?
Yeah, so Warframe just dropped its latest quests, which
I heard about this. This was insane.
Oh, I probably didn't hear what you heard, but all I know is that this quest is based around the lore of the Stalker, and you get to play as him for a little bit and stuff. So
yeah,
that seems pretty cool, and he's a character that we've been waiting on the lore for a long time. The Stalker being kind of like the little mini boss guy that will spawn into missions and hunt you down.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems really cool. I might actually load it up at some point to play this quest, because the last few quests are like either ones that are like side stories, or the latest one, with the Warframe 1999 stuff, kind of, it's like the first part of a longer chain. So I didn't want to start that yet because I want there to be more meat to it. So anyways, yeah, that looks promising. Also, one other thing real quick is that tomorrow is actually the Elden Ring DLC dropping. So
oh yeah,
I just bought that on Fanatical because it was $5 off.
nice.
Yeah.
We also had the Nintendo Direct the other day, which had some fun stuff. The Zelda game looked really cool.
Mhm.
I like how people took to Twitter and was like, "Oh, the chuds are gonna hate this," and nope, don't hate it at all. Not sure why you're trying to.
Don't have a problem with a main character being a woman in a game. It's when it's ugly as fucking ESG slop.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's when you, the creator, look at the audience and wink and go, "You're not gonna like this one," That's when we fucking hate your woman characters.
Right.
Shout out to Forspoken.
Shout out for spoken.
Body cam review. I haven't played that. I saw the footage. It looks interesting.
Is that a game?
Yeah, it's the one where it's like a kind of tactical shooter, but it's like from the perspective of a body cam, I think.
Mez Simulator.
Yeah.
Mez OIS.
Oh, I see.
I think another game came out a couple years ago that's similar to this, but
Oh, it's multiplayer.
yeah. That could be good.
I was gonna say it's one of the people that wants this game. Mez? No, it's not.
Yeah, I think he's already.
Oh shit! This is made by a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Good for them. All right. Well. Oh hey. Hey, this is big. We're getting new Hollow Girls.
Oh yeah, that's
We are
big news.
potentially the last gen we get for a very long time.
What do you think that?
Well, a few months ago they released like their whole where they're changing directions to, and for them it was pretty heavily implied that like they have like a gen or two in the works. Then after that, it's going to be pretty much just fostering the current roster.
And
Because
was
the VTuber market is rather saturated.
was
and I
this
don't
was
know.
this the gen in question that was being worked on?
Yeah,
Oh.
presumably.
Was there? Do we think there's maybe one more gen coming out on a different branch or something before they stop? hiring?
Certainly possible, but I mean, they didn't straight up say like we're stopping. They said we have like gens that are still in progress, but they
Yeah.
kind of imply that once those in progress ones are
I guess
over, like
Yeah.
they aren't super heavily looking to recruit more.
Yeah, I've Bear posted like a rat about these girls saying that like another company had like multiple like British VTubers retire relatively recently, so maybe this is tied to these girls. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because we've been talking about. Let me pull it up here. We've been talking about apparently that this was going to be like a British branch. Which, by the way, this girl is Mint at home, and she's very cute. It's probably not Mint.
It's
I mean,
actually a puppet.
it's not going to be Mint, but well, this is what I'm actually angry about. Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, we're not doing Hololive anymore. That sucks because I want fucking Mint and Hololive. So I'm a little angry about that, but that's okay, I guess. I can't get everything we want, but we should. You want to talk about these girls here, Tony?
Oh, I mean, clearly, Gigi on the right is best girl of the gen. Like, there's no doubting that.
Bad for the allegation. Go on.
I don't think there's any allegations related to that. Then you got, I guess, red hair bitch in the middle. I think her name's like fucking Elizabeth or something.
it's
So
just
you know,
Elizabeth.
it's basically a Hololive's version of the Queen, is what I'm taking away from her being named Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
She might be a reincarnation, actually, but
That would
And the
nice.
this gen has a bunch of lore related to the Advent gen, but like they never actually do anything with that, so who cares?
Sure.
Your quote unquote mint at home is a puppet lady. So, you know, no allegations there, I suppose.
None. No,
And then
none.
the pink haired dog woman or whatever. I think her name's like fucking Roa or whatever. I don't remember. I didn't care because it's not Gigi.
Oh,
Of course, we haven't gotten really anything beyond what they look like since their debut is this weekend. Be more to talk about after that.
Oh, I didn't even notice that bitch is kind of doggish. So, is she gonna be possibly tied into Fuwamoka?
No, she's an artist.
Huh?
That's her lore. She's an artist. She's got the eyes of art or whatever.
Yeah, but she's like a dog person, right?
Fuck if I know, dude. She's got some sort of animal ears.
Yeah, I guess it could be a dog. I don't know. Well, it's because Gigi actually kind of looks a little like slightly like Bay-ish, which I mean she's not.
Well,
Right. I mean, she's got that big brat energy, you might say.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh,
her eyes also remind me of Wawa, but Bao Bao.
Who? Oh. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? She's not actually an animal, though. It's just a hood.
No, I know, but I was saying like the eye color and like the expression, because when they give Advent like those crazy looks in some of their promo art, that's how Fuwawa ends up looking.
How will the pause in recruitment affect the rigger community? We do not like the rigger community.
Fucking hate riggers.
Also, I'm sure they've got plenty of like fucking indie retards who spend all their savings to make a model and just give up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and existing companies and existing VTubers will still get new models and model updates and stuff. So like riggers still get work.
Oh, apparently she's a. Oh well, yeah, it's Roara Panthera, so I'm guessing it's supposed to be a panther.
She did have ears like potentially a panther or something like that.
Right.
She also looks a little bit like Kaori or whatever, the coyote girl from JP.
Yeah, a little bit.
Koyori?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was spelled that way. It's right. Yeah. Either way, similar look. I don't know about my pick for that gen though. You know, I haven't.
Oh,
really voted for any of them.
mine's Mint at home. Not even.
I know that, and I know who Tony's picking. I do kind of feel like the Cunny pick here is kind of the one that's going to be the most fun, actually, just based on the characterization so far.
Hopping on the Tony pick train. I see how it is.
But calling the tall mommy Elizabeth is kind of, it's a bold play.
That is a pretty standard prude pick.
Yeah, I feel like for the last few times I've done that, I actually haven't wound up watching the tall one that much, so I don't know.
Yeah, bold of
reminds
you
me
to think I'm gonna watch these beyond the first week.
I don't know. I watch EN every now and then, like just clips at least. The VTuber being named Elizabeth reminded me. You guys remember that thing on ITV when Queen Elizabeth died, and there was like the weird like whisper audio about her like it being an irreversible death and her being trapped? That shit was spooky, man.
That was very odd. We never really got an explanation of that.
I'll post it in side chat for Tony.
I don't want to watch it.
The canon explanation, according to people. I was posting the stream chat, I guess, because that's where I'm posting it. But the canon explanation was it was like a producer giving cues, but it's just a weird, like even if it's like they're just trying to like say something to another person on the staff about it or something, like just the phrasing was weird, and it felt like something the public wasn't supposed to hear.
I mean, shit. What the fuck these quote unquote ruling classes up to? I'd believe it if they had some fucking demonic death reversing powers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I picked up from the audio. Is like if it was something we weren't supposed to hear, it sounded like normally they would have a way to reverse it or something, for these fucking people.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, okay, this is one of those things where it's like, what is the scenario where the person saying this would be anywhere near a television to be able to say it?
I don't know, dude.
Why would they be saying it? Because it's like, but then again, okay, come around to the other side of that, it's like, oh, it's just a producer giving cues. What fucking cue? What?
I don't know. Maybe it's just possible it's one of those things where like British just talk in weird ways, like they just choose weird words sometimes. I don't know, but
fucking hate British people.
Yeah. That is a direct insult to Lottie, by the way, for any listeners. He's coming.
It is, yeah. I'll add her right now and say fuck you.
Yeah, and it's even weird. Like, how would you phrase it that way? The death is irreversible and she's trapped. Okay, so yeah, you have a way to reverse, but where the fuck is she trapped? I don't know. That's one of those things where I don't.
It reminds me, because SCP went downhill over the years, right? Those stories, whatever.
Yeah.
The only SCP that ever has gotten me kind of freaked out, just because it plays on my own anxieties, was the one where it's one of like the O5s gets revived from the dead. Like they have some cutting edge tech to do that or something. And he comes back and he says like the whole time he was just like death for him was just being trapped in his body as it disintegrated, and he felt every bird picking at him and like every fish eating him and stuff like eternally. And then it like the whole hook of the entry was whether or not that was true, in which case there's a crisis and the other O5s wanted to like make all of humanity immoral to avert that outcome, or if it was like just a thing that was caused by the process, and it was basically like a like cognito hazard, right? That was spreading because he was spreading this panic. I think the clever part of that whole entry was the idea that like fear of death is itself potentially a cognito hazard, right?
Right.
Anyways, this reminds me of that particular entry, the particular phrasing.
Weird shit. Weird shit.
Yeah, weird. And I'm just saying, if they had something that they wouldn't let us know, but I mean, I've said it many times, that feels like what the elite really want, right? Is like, kind of transcendent tech to not die, because like you have more money than you need in this life. What is it for? Well, maybe it's so you have a longer life, potentially indefinitely.
Yeah, and there's some I've noticed, because people are like, the big question, the big retort to that is like, oh, well, if they knew all these things are true, why do they do these things and be evil? But if you notice, the pattern is, right? The pattern is that they're very atheistic and very power hungry and do awful things when they're young, right? And it's not until later then that they get like, oh, I'm a little more religious now, but I don't ever want to die. And it's like, well, that's it. That's interesting. Why would you? What are you concerned about?
the whole eye of the needle thing, you know, ain't looking
Right.
too good for them. Anyways, yeah, I do think that like, both ways you could read it, right? Like either they become faithful and then they worry about like retribution against themselves if that's the way it works, or they're just not faithful at all, and then they're just want to avoid it because they don't want to vanish, right? Like,
Well, there's very few of these very like elite people who aren't religious in some way.
in some way, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could also take the angle that they know if they die, they're going to hell, so they
That's
don't
what I-
want to
Well,
die.
That's what I
we're
was
saying about
implying.
the
Yeah, that's what I'm
punishment
implying.
version of it.
To which my question isn't okay. Repent.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, you can come back from pretty much anything, right? As long as you're truly,
Unless there isn't something you can come back from.
yeah. Who
Mm.
knows?
Hello. Oh well, and
yeah.
I think that goes to the thing is like, I think it's like a sell your soul type thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you did some like fucking like Crossroads demon, like this is how you made your
Hey.
riches shit, you know?
Maybe that's why it wasn't reversible.
Right. I do think that might be a bridge too far, because that's pretty. But yeah, and the other thing too is, I mean, big fan of Jews. No hatred against Jews here on this stream.
Big Jew guy.
Greatest allies. But it is also interesting because like certain versions of Judaism, their afterlife functionally is the same as like the atheistic afterlife of just like annihilation, right? Like some of them just don't even think there is much of an afterlife, despite
That
despite
feels
believing in
that
God.
feels like a cope. That feels like a cope that they've built up over the years, though.
Well, sure. I would probably want to deny the existence of the afterlife too if I killed the earthly manifestation of our Lord. But
Sure. Yeah. Many such cases. Allegedly,
Did you just commit a federal crime by saying
he did.
that?
He did actually. Yeah. Fun fact.
Based.
well, come and get me, feds. I'm gonna stop saying.
Yeah.
Stop saying things.
Good call. Good call.
Preferably get him when he's not in my apartment.
Yeah. Wait till he goes into town on his weekly
yeah. See,
trip.
I'm not making any threats against any federal agents, but I will say I think Jub might destroy you if you enter this apartment.
Don't pin this on Jub.
No, Jub will take care of them for me.
He's just a silly little
Yeah,
guy.
he's just a silly little guy.
he's. But we also call him Fed Killer 9000. That's his name
True.
internally.
How do you get that nickname?
That's how many feds he's killed.
Well, after he didn't destroy the mouse, we were just like, I guess he's reserving it for the true enemy here.
Right. Anyways,
You yourself a
Yeah.
Fed?
He has killed some bugs though, so that might just be like his preference towards bug men instead of rat men.
Well, and the
Mm.
government is full of cockroaches, right? So,
and rats are kind of silly little guys. So.
yeah.
Rat. Okay.
It's not the rat's fault that he got driven out of his house and
Yeah.
home and into our
That's
place.
true. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Jub himself is a credible threat.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't cross him. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
Many would say that Jubs are existential threats.
Moving
I wouldn't
on.
say that, but
What else we got tonight? Actually, according to the rundown, we're done.
Well, maybe.
We're within pre-patch next month for people that are interested.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
What was next month?
War within pre-patch for WoW.
Oh yeah.
Don't bother, Tony.
Yeah,
he wouldn't. He
some
wouldn't
big
get
gaming
it.
coming up.
He wouldn't get it. He's not a big WoW guy like we are.
Right.
I mean, I've played WoW. I just don't. Every time I come back to WoW, I just end up being like playing for like a month or two, and I'm like, this isn't good still. So
I hit 85 in Cataclysm
Yeah.
Classic.
See, I managed to secure the get carried contract with my guild, where I only have to show up on Tuesdays and I still get all the loot. That way, I don't have to commit to the 5-day rating schedule, but I still get all the benefits.
right. Damn.
I joined a guild in Cataclysm Classic, and they are
and kind of based. Fuck doing jobs.
silly little guys.
Right.
What are you, some kind of jobber? Like, we're not doing that shit.
Hey, and in a couple of months, we'll have the Guild Wars 2 expansion. Much better
True,
game.
What is that coming out in August as well?
It's like last time I played last week, the countdown for this current like special rewards season was 70 days. So
So yeah, end of August kind of deal. That's unfortunate.
That
Yeah,
would be almost
roughly.
exactly lining up with War Within.
I could see it running a little bit later than that, maybe, especially if they want to avoid,
Yeah, I mean, the
competition.
good thing, I suppose, the good thing about Guild Wars 2 is I can just play it.
Yeah, it's not like you're
on
gonna
a
fall
later
behind.
batch.
You know, that's the whole fucking point. Yeah,
But I might
but
fall on my behind.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, hey, who's gonna be playing Elden Ring tomorrow night?
Probably not me, if
Not
I'm being
me.
honest.
You know what I mean?
No interest.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
have
sure
the
you-
game. I didn't get very far. It's
Oh.
very much similar cases over and over for me.
Yeah. I guess you guys will probably just wind up seeing VTubers playing it. So.
Oh yeah. Right.
Elden Ring is one of those games that I enjoy watching other people play it more than I would enjoy playing it myself.
Probably
Sure.
Bibu, actually, if we're being honest. Probably Bibu.
She's definitely a big.
She's a
Wolf's
big
fan.
sweat.
Okay.
Tay
Nah.
would be into her sweat. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
that was the joke. Ha ha ha! You're so funny. Oh dang, they're doing a Hollow Earth update collab here.
I never fucked with any of that.
It's Ollie, Bay, and Iris.
Oh, nice.
Iris, it's Iris. Big Iris guy.
Yeah.
Are we all watching the Gura birthday concert tomorrow?
I promise you I'm not watching that.
8 p.m. Yeah, I might
It's-
tune in.
Oh, it's 9 p.m. for
She
us.
was doing She's been doing a lot of like.
Oh, sorry. Mint will probably be. Actually, Mint might probably not be live. That feels like something Mint would want to go watch as well. So.
Yeah. Oh, how long do we have until the fish tank season? Because it's
Tuesday.
we're getting it. Okay, Tuesday.
Tuesday, ain't it?
Because we've been getting all these promo videos of different people who they're bringing back for it.
God, Jimmy's so cringe, dude.
Jimmy, Letty. Do they have any others out?
That's the only two
I
I've
hope
seen
Jimmy
so far.
literally dies.
Yeah, I do as well. I hope he literally
Total Jimmy
dies.
death.
I hope I hope there's literally an event that causes the show to get canceled early because he's dead.
I don't see any others, but yeah, okay, soon. And yeah, I'm very interested in to see how this season turns out because it could be really good, it could be really bad. We'll see.
Gonna be a new Doki Bird outfit soon.
Huh?
Actually, she's not even debuting it as an outfit. It's like it's a whole new model, I think. Because her current Doki Bird model is like the old one.
That is fair. Like
Yeah.
she is using her pre-Selid model right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even Mint, she got an overhaul when she came back. Doki literally just came back and was like, this is my old one. It's got soul though, you know. It's got soul.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she did quite literally get fired and then go, all right, I'm back on Dogi, bitches. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't really prep time.
Based.
Yeah.
Big Doki guy.
Oh yeah.
Big Doki guy.
But it worked out for both those two.
It's so, man, it's just that whole fall off is so crazy, right? Because like I don't have any of them left on holodecks now, but except I have Rosemi because sometimes whatever. But like I'm seeing like Rosemi and Petra and Fanana are having. I'm like, oh god, fuck it. It's just so crazy how like what 3 years total fall off. Not even 3 years. What 2?
I mean,
2.5.
based on the rumors how that place is run, I'm not
Yeah.
that surprised.
There's
What-
seen a lot of rumors lately that they might just like dismantle Ian eventually.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean,
they dismantled all their other branches.
Yeah, they're eventually just gonna merge it all into just Niji Sanji, which is that doesn't bode well, but okay.
It's fair though. That shit sucks.
Well, all right.
I was gonna say, if we do the photography show, I don't know when, but there's a lot of content building up there. We do.
I think we might do it Friday. We were gonna do it last Friday, but I was so pissed. So I think we'll do it this Friday.
Oh, you want to do it? Do you want to do it after the Friday show then?
Yeah, because
Or-
I'm not really like I don't think it's a huge like it's not gonna be a huge live view draw. You know what I mean? So like whenever we do it, it's fine, right?
Right. I just was wondering because if we're gonna do it monthly, for example, just having a schedule kind of figured
Yeah.
out would be good. And then
Well, we'll do it.
also ironing out the branding, right? Because I feel like you like one of the names, but
Pancake prime time.
Yeah, and it was my suggestion, but I don't know.
All right, whatever. We'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. Anyway, what do we learn on the show tonight, boys?
I learned just how efficient Tim is at making his orders at the drive-thru.
Right.
Pals helps with that though. That shit is clean.
That you were in and out, like that was damn.
Damn, I don't know. Well, yeah, and it helps when you don't have to make modifications, of course, if you're happy with how it comes.
Well, I was gonna say, like, is it really that tough for you?
Well,
I feel like I've always been that way with fast food.
well,
Like,
so here's the thing. Tony and I both use apps when possible. He likes things off his stuff. I like extra shit on my stuff if it's free. So both of us end up making modifications.
If we're being entirely real, outside of like Panda Express, I don't know that I've ordered in person at somewhere in years.
Yeah.
okay, see, yeah, Pals doesn't have the app, so you got to be in person.
Sure.
Right.
And I will say, you feel pressured to move quickly at Pals.
That's how it should be. Like,
They got that New York energy, right? Like when you go to a restaurant over there and like the
No,
workers are just rude.
it's like Chick-fil-A on legal speed
Oh, I see.
because the quality of the service is there.
Okay. Are they only drive-through or do they have like walk-up?
No, drive-through only.
Okay, yeah.
that's
'Cause
not nice.
I've noticed some of these like booth type restaurants around here will also have like a walk-up portion, but
Yeah, no, they're drive-through on one side of the building, and then you have to drive around the building to the other side to pay and pick up your food.
interesting. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, yeah, I'll eventually stop at I mean, there are pals in reach if I get over to that area. Yeah. What did I learn tonight? I learned.
I learned that I nearly broke my Discord by trying to conform to the Photo Friends naming conventions.
Oh.
I am not changing my name on every other server just to comply. So, Joseph, if you want to fix my shit, love you, mean it.
Look, I learned a lot about that blacksmithing game. All right, it looks like
That shit does
RuneScape.
look fun.
Looks like
Learned
yeah,
a lot
looks
about
like
the blacks.
I don't know if we said much about them here, but
Well,
okay. Tony learned that there's a lot of them on Monkey.app, I guess.
no, I learned that last week.
Okay, well, I was trying to help you out there.
I learned that SE Cup has not aged well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she done kind of slammed into that wall.
Well, Joseph's a fan, it seems.
Oh yeah. Was that everyone?
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah, I mean, no, mine was SE Cup.
That's not even on the show. That's in chat.
Right, but I learned it while on the show.
Oh my god. Ugh.
I did bring her up. In
Yeah, he
the
did.
Vocals.
All right. Well, that was a good show. That was a great show, boys. Good job.
Yeah.
Hey, pats on shoulders around the rim. Good job. All right. We'll see y'all next week. 109. Go ahead and start writing the jokes, boys. Go ahead and start writing the jokes. All right. Someone say something stupid. Let's get out of here.
Reese's Beefy Buttercups.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gross.